In 2013, Square Enix launched the second reboot of the famous Tomb Raider franchise, and even if I have enjoyed the game back then, once I finished it, I felt a little disappointed, without knowing why. Something was missing. I couldn't tell what exactly, but now after playing the game for the second time along with Tomb Raider Anniversary and comparing them side by side, I know exactly what was wrong in the reboot and why it was disappointing.
I hate tombs.
The original games, made by Core Design, used to have an oppressive atmosphere. Similar to the Metroid games, this feeling of loneliness, of adventure, the discovery of something old that hasn't been touched by man for centuries, something menacing yet fascinating, the sensation of being lost in time, the feeling of being small and swallowed by something bigger than us, much bigger. The ruins of an ancient civilization, strange and captivating, mysterious and beautiful. It was all about the environment, and we are nothing but a tiny part of it. And Lara Croft was a typical video game hero. A little bit cold and sarcastic, not too complex, and that's it.
I trust my instincts.
Most of this feeling was lost in the reboot. The game focuses on Lara herself. The environment is a background. The main theme of the game is survival and transformation from a naive and rookie girl to a mature and badass one. But both of these aspects were not very convincing. The survival is represented for the most part by QTEs that are hard to miss. The first time she has to kill a man, she is devastated, weak and vulnerable. 1 minute later, she is already a cold-hearted veteran, taking down dozens of men with improbable headshots. Just when and where did she learn to use these fire weapons? And how can she modify and upgrade them with so much ease? I know a video game does not have to be realistic, and I'm fine with that. Actually, I like video games because of how far from reality they can be. But Tomb Raider tries too hard to make you feel how realistic and believable Lara is. And that's the problem. It tries too hard to make you feel her pain, to make you sympathize with her. That's why she's moaning and screaming throughout the entire game, to the point that it becomes really annoying. There is a limit in which I can identify myself in the character I'm playing with. I mean, it's just a game in the end of the day. And Lara Croft, no matter how realistic she looks, is just a bunch of polygons. Sadly, the atmosphere was not the only aspect that has been sacrificed by the process of modernization. The style of Lara changed too, and by that I mean making her another strong female archer. Now that's very original. I've never seen a female character using a bow before. Seriously, who thought it would be a good idea to abandon her iconic dual-wielded pistols for a super generic bow? It's not that it controls bad or anything, it's just that the bow has been used way too many times now. It doesn't look cool anymore. And it makes Lara look like any generic babe with a bow. Thankfully, she seems to have her pistols back in the end of the game. Can't wait for the sequel to use them again, instead of that stupid bow. But that is just a minor complaint compared with what's coming next. Lara now has the eagle vision. The survival instinct. You know, the same cheap-ass superpower that most of the modern protagonists have for some reason. It highlights the enemies and interactive objects. I can hear you saying, well, if you don't like it, then don't use it. Well, I have to use it. I don't really have a choice. The objects that Lara uses to upgrade her weapons blend so well in the environment, it's very hard to see them without the survival instinct. The same goes for the challenges. Therefore, I keep spamming the L1 button to find what I may missed, which applies to the screen that blurry black and white effect. And it's a shame. The graphics are really gorgeous in the game, but I couldn't enjoy them, for the fear of missing important items while not activating the survival instinct. And there are a lot of things to collect. Most of them are useless, but you have to get them all if you want the 100% completion. The collectibles were a different matter in the original games. It wasn't about the quantity, and it wasn't just about where to find them, but also how to get to them. In many cases you can see this object called relic from a good distance, and it's up to you to find a way to get it while avoiding traps and other dangers. And the reward was worth it. Each relic unlocks a new outfit for Lara, which is better than a mere description if you ask me. Last but not least is the level design. It was clever, yet simple in the originals. In general, it works that way. The main door is locked, and many keys are required to open it. You always know where you have to go. No need for a superpower to show you the way. It's all about how to get there. You encounter many enemies on the way, and even if they weren't very challenging, they add diversity and a good pace into the game. Combat is not the main focus, because remember, it's a platform puzzle game. The real enemies were the many booby traps, and of course, gravity. The reboot has open levels filled with tons of collectibles and challenges. There are a lot of parts boxes scattered everywhere, and you're gonna need them to upgrade your weapons, as I mentioned before, which is a cool feature by the way. The problem is that there is too much to collect. It doesn't feel as a reward anymore. Couldn't they make just one big box that contains like 10 times the amount of parts? Of course not, because what else you gonna do once you find this big box? Yeah, the main reason for all this is just to boost the longevity of the game. The puzzles for the most part are reserved for the tombs, optional areas in which you solve a simple puzzle to gain a reward. Guess what is the reward? More parts! Thankfully they made the reward more significant in the second game. But still, making raiding tombs optional in a game called Tomb Raider? It just feels wrong. Now, you may think I hate the reboot. I assure you, I don't. It's a pretty good game. Disappointing doesn't mean bad. The controls work perfectly, the shooting is fun and precise, the game overall is tight and consistent. I had a lot of fun despite all its flaws. It's just that the media back at its release led us to believe it was some kind of a masterpiece. It was just a good game and that's it. For me, it's not the best entry in the franchise. It's hardly even a Tomb Raider game. If only they could make a game that combines the level design of the originals with the fluid controls of the new ones, that would be great. Actually, they already did. Tomb Raider Anniversary is that game, and it's why for me, this game is the best in the entire franchise, even if it's just a remake. I really wish if Crystal Dynamics do it again and make the next game with modern controls without sacrificing the essence of this franchise. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumb up and let me know of your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching.